everyone, and welcome to Books, the JKM Library's book recommendation show. I'm Jocelyn Codner, the Reference and Outreach Librarian. It's Women's History Month, and that is extra special for us here at Chatham. If you didn't already know, Chatham was founded in 1869 as an all-girls school. It remained an all-women's school for a very long time. In fact, we only recently opened up. Chatham has a really rich history of empowering women in education, politics, and beyond. Our most notable alums are women, most visibly Rachel Carson and DC Mayor Muriel Bowser. If you're interested in learning more about Chatham as an all-women's institution, be sure to visit our University Archives website. From there, you can access digitized collections that include photographs, documents, journals, letters, audio clips, streaming video, and more. You can make a one-on-one research appointment with archivist Molly Tai, and you can also incorporate a lot of these materials into your actual classwork. The archives has all kinds of information all about Chatham's history right at your fingertips. We've made women's history here at Chatham, so make sure to take advantage of the archives to learn more. A link to their website will be in the description below, and from there you can get the contact information for Molly and access all of those digitized collections that I was talking about. And also, as always, we do have an in-library book display and a virtual library display focusing on women's history this month. I'll put a link to the virtual display in the description, and just a reminder, our virtual displays are accessible all year long, and if you're a Chatham community member, you should be able to access all of the materials included on them. And we encourage you to come visit us at the library building to browse our in-library book display anytime the library is open. Just a note that both our in-library book display and our virtual library display include materials on trans women as well. So if you're looking for trans-inclusive materials, we've got you covered. My first book today is They Didn't See Us Coming: The Hidden History of Feminism in the 90s by Lisa Levinstein. This nonfiction history looks at feminism, feminist movements, and activism in that kind of space between the women's lib movements of the 60s and the movements that we're seeing today. They Didn't See Us Coming looks at how the movement evolved and adapted, how email and the internet changed the work, how an international lens took hold, and how various elements that we now recognize as very important pillars of feminist activism actually emerged. It looks at the Anita Hill case, the beginnings of Bitch magazine, and Sister Song's demands for reproductive justice. This book helps build contextual knowledge and understanding for current movements that we see today, like the Me Too movement and the Women's March. It also explores the broadening of the movements to spotlight the women of color doing crucial work around the country and folks of different gender identities. They Didn't See Us Coming is an excellent book to pick up if you're interested in gender studies, feminist activism, and American history. You can check it out from the JKM Library today. My next book today is the biography On Her Own Ground, The Life and Times of Madam C.J. Walker by her great-great-granddaughter, Alelia Bundles. This book is, as the title suggests, a comprehensive look at the hair care and beauty mogul's life from the daughter of ex-enslaved African Americans to America's first Black female millionaire. It of course focuses on her early life, her entrepreneurial efforts, all of the decisions and movements that she made to make her the successful and powerful woman that she became, and also a look at her family and relationships that she had with her daughter. After her entrepreneurial success and rise to power, Madam C.J. Walker became a philanthropist and activist, befriending many powerful political figures at the time like W.E.B. Du Bois and Booker T. Washington. Alelia Bundles honors her own legacy by sharing the story of her ancestor with the world, a woman who broke barriers and inspired generations of Black women to succeed and forge their own destinies. Fun fact, did you know that Madam C.J. Walker actually lived and worked here in Pittsburgh for a few years? That's right, she opened a hair parlor in the Hill District on Wiley, and she actually lived in East Liberty on Highland. That is extremely cool to me. I love local historical details like this. She also chose Pittsburgh as the first location to open her famous beauty schools. It's really incredible how important Pittsburgh actually is to this country's history, especially Black American history. I get a little salty sometimes that Pittsburgh doesn't get its proper due in different documentaries or historical overviews, but do not be fooled. This city is incredibly important. You can check out On Her Own Ground today from the JKM Library and learn a little bit, not just about Black American history or women's history, but also Pittsburgh history. My last book today is Why They Marched, Untold Stories of the Women Who Fought for the Right to Vote by Susan Ware. This nonfiction broadens the look at the suffrage movement here in the US. Ware looks beyond the handful of famous activists that we already know from this time to 19 other activists from extremely diverse backgrounds. It's not just white Christian women highlighted here. This story has been told the same way for a really long time, but Ware offers a more complete and accurate look at how the suffrage movement actually played out here in the US. And that includes women of color, Mormons, labor activists, women from all different parts of the country, and more. You can check out Why They Marched from the JCAM library today. And that's all for this episode of Books. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget we have lots of helpful how-to videos and tutorials on there. Check the description below for important links, and sign up for our e-newsletter, The Page Turner, so you can get up-to-date announcements on events, new resources, and other juicy details from the library and university archives. You can find the JCAM Library on Instagram at JKM Library and on Facebook at Chatham's Jenny King Mellon Library. Again, I'm Jocelyn, reminding you that if you ever have a question, you can always ask a librarian. Happy reading!